Hello everyone, this is Bernice from the Napping Mouse, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to create this two side pockets like this. That's front and back of this page here, and adding embellishments. And then also we're going to create these 4 tags, okay? Actually these 2 were samples, and then we'll go ahead and create this, and I'll show you step by step on how to do this front and back. This is part of my series of creating the Vintage Mediterranean album. I am so happy you're here to join me. Now grab your favorite drink and let's get crafting. Okay folks, so I want to create tags and side tucks this time. Okay, we had just finished our album over here, and we are going to open this up, and we're going to pull out a page. This is the page that I decided to work on, but before I do, I'm going to show you. Remember all of this that you had from the previous, from doing the whole album, you have all this here. Well, go ahead and save this, because we are going to create pockets and side tucks and tags with this, clusters, everything. If you have anything like this, if you want to set this aside for maybe to later cut it down, you can go and do so. That's one option right there. I'm saving these all aside because I do like this, but I want to see what's left over first before I do. But next, what we're going to do, I've chosen these 3, and I'll show you why. Since this page is here, what I'm going to do is work on this, and this coordinates with this page here. Okay, so that's going to be part of that. That's going to be on that side, and because this next page is this, then I'm going to put this on here, and that's going to be my pocket, the side tuck of my pocket here. If you have anything like this or any discrepancies on when in, just keep that in mind. And then, because that's going to be covered up, you're not going to see it, because I'm going to take a third one here that I like. I'm going to cut it to size first, then I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm going to put it in between these 2, but you'll see what I'll do first. Okay, so first things first, we're going to set this aside. And let's go ahead and close this up. Now, if you need to get yourself, let me see if I've got a, I'll have a clip over here. I will clip this, but if you have a paper clip, that sort of stuff, we'll go ahead and do this. So you'll need that. We'll set that aside. We'll get this. You will need your trimmer. If you don't have your trimmer, that is okay still. What you can do is, like, that's going to be, this is going to be one side. Okay, so I'm going to use it like that so I can cover this. And you can go ahead and, let me get some paper clips. Okay, I've got some jumbo paper clips here, and what I'm going to do is just clip this down. Okay, turn it over to the other side and get myself a pencil. Go ahead and just mark it where I'm going to cut, and get my scissors and cut it. Now, you can, if you want to, put all of them together and cut it. Clip it here. And clip it like this. And then just cut it with your scissors. Okay. There you go. Now save these, because these are great scraps as well. Okay. And now we've got our 3 here. So what I can do is, this one was going to be on this side. Okay. We're going to add glue, and just to kind of mark, I put my thumb where I don't want the glue to go, and that just tells me that that's going to be the open spot. And I will just add a string of glue this way here. Actually, you don't really need to add it to the bottom part. You just need to add it to the side and you'll be just fine. I'll show you why in a minute. you'll have that other one that's going to cover it, so it's not going anywhere. But go ahead and press that down. I already glued it, so okay, we got that. And then this is going to be on the other side. So this is going to be like this. So I'm not even going to glue this side. I'm just going to glue the top and the bottom here. Double-sided gives you more options, and it does. You're able to use up a lot of your paper scrap pretty easily. But for this project, this album that I'm creating, it double-sided is not necessary. Okay, so now what we're going to do is roll this, because I want to fold this in half. And if it isn't exactly, it's okay. It doesn't need to. Now, if you have a scoreboard, it makes it so much easier. But we're going to head and fold it in half. And also, if you would like to, if you have a decorative punch, you can go ahead and do that. If you have a, oh, this is not the same size. Okay, what happened here? Well, we're going to cut this down, and I'm going to decide which one part do I want to cut. Let's cut it. Let's cut it even here. Okay, awesome, perfect. If you want to use the decorative punch, if you want to ink the edges, this is your time to do so. And you're just going to add a line of glue on the top and on the bottom. Okay, so not only do you have a pocket, you're going to have like 2 separate pockets, okay? Now, if you choose not to use this as a pocket, that's fine as well. But you've got a pocket here, and on the other side, you've got a pocket here and a pocket here. Now, we can go ahead and add some more embellishments. Let's go ahead and add some more like laces and trims. I'm going to be adding lace. These 2 laces here, or 1 lace and then 1 kind of blingy ribbon here, and I'm going to do this. Of course, I'm going to clean all this up. This lace here, yeah, was an old-fashioned lace that I actually purchased it from a local thrift store. And what I'm going to do, okay, sorry, it was, yes, bunched up like this and all frilly and foo-foo, that sort of stuff. And it did have another thing here that was sewn. I went ahead and I took everything out, and I went ahead and I ironed it. Can't even tell on this side here that I ironed it, but yes, I did. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it actually all the way around, so that way it's on both sides of here and here. And we'll do that carefully. And now that I've measured it, let me go ahead and cut that off, and I'm going to add it with, I like to use Fabri-Tac with this one, so the Fabri-Tac glue works really well. I'm going to do it like carefully. I'll start in the middle here, and then maybe add a flower right there as well, but I'm not going to go all the way down because I want to add this right on top of it. And I want to make sure that you still see these eyelets, that you still see the scallops, and that this is not covering none of it. But with this, I'm just going to glue it on one side. I'm going to put it on both sides, but I'm not going to turn it around like I did with this one. This was this makes it a lot easier. But before I do that, let's go ahead and trim all these little excess thingies here. Now, there are a lot of junk journalists, let's say artists, junk journal artists, let's say, that loves all these frayed edges and extra things just sticking out and hanging over the journal and peeking through, and that is not me. You will not see me do that. I have been sewing for way too long, way too many years to even allow myself to do such a thing. Okay, so yeah, I am not like that, but if you like it, that's fine. You can do that. That's not a big well, I can't say that that's not a big deal. I was going to say that, but no, yes, to me it is a big deal, because when, you know, you've sewn clothes and you've sewn pillows and valances, curtains, everything like that, you name it, clothes, that's a huge no-no in the, you know, the sewing world. So I cannot fathom to do such a thing. If you don't have Fabri-Tac, then go ahead and use regular glue, regular art glitter glue, or some kind of wet glue. It's just going to take longer to adhere. You may need to wait at least like 24 hours instead of just a few hours, okay? But just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's do that. And if you heard, that's my little kitty cat getting a little too excited with some of my stuff that I have on the floor. I was trying to clean my art room here, or my craft room, my art room, my craft room. And so she, in her little world, in her little mind, she's helping me out. Did I put it all the way? While she's just making even more of a mess for me to clean up. Okay, if you want to use also, if you have a hot glue gun, yeah, go ahead, and that would be even faster for you to do it. But I'm just using this glue here for now. Okay, and now I'm turning this over and overlapping that, and I'm going to be putting a flower there. So you can do that. You can use flowers from, I still have some from Petaloo flowers. I really like that company. I'll leave it overhang. Let me just put it here. And I still have some of their flowers too that I'm thinking of using. I've got these here, these little beauties here that would match really well. Look at that. That'll look really cute. Let me just cut a little part here. Any little extra fabrics you have like this, extra cuttings, save it, because you can always use it for your little scraps. Okay, so let's see, I got this, and I could put two here, but in this particular design that I'm using, the 12 by 12 that I'm using, it does have a lot of flowers here. It does have like a lot of images, and so instead of flowers, maybe I could put one of the images that they have, or a butterfly or such. But yes, I will do that later, because I really want to put this down, and I think this is just going to add so much presence to it. I'm in love. I'm in love. Okay, let me go ahead and cut this here. Okay, so I went and I turned on my hot glue gun, because this is going to take forever to stay down, and it'll move, and I don't want that. So I'm going to glue down, I'm going to add hot glue to this puppy here. Okay, let's go, and I'm just putting it right on to the edge. Okay, and I was talking about junk journals. So the first time I saw junk journal, I thought, oh my God, what a beautiful thing to upcycle practically junk. I mean, it was like almost upcycling furniture, but in the paper world, you know, and creating stationery. And I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. Let me try it out. Let me just check it out. And I was checking out a few places and a few artists, let's say, but I noticed that some of them took it to the extreme, like, oh no, this is true junk. Like, you can sew if you want to, and if you haven't sewn on paper, folks, I highly suggest that one. That's pretty fun to do. I like it. But they wouldn't trim off the thread, and I'm like, how come they're not trimming off the thread? Aren't you like cutting off the little snips and cutting off this? And well, everybody has their own way of doing it, and I understand. I totally understand. But coming from a background that I sewn and all these little extras, you know, were faux pas. You know, you just don't do that. I have to cut that later. Yeah, that just went against everything that I was used to doing. So yeah, okay, so I could put these two flowers here. I could actually just do the one here. Let's see. And do it like this. And there's no hurry too, but I mean, I've got the glue out. So let's do this. Okay, so let me put a little bit of hot glue here. I will put this onto here. I love the contrast of that. Okay, and should I add another? And I love the way it like peeks out or comes out, you know, whichever way that you choose to do it. Oh, that's so adorable. Okay, let me put hot glue. I'm gonna just add it. You know what? Just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. Okay, let's add this here. Perfect. So that's covering up my overlap of the ribbons while also still showing me a lot of the bling. So yes, I do like that. But should I add that one? I don't know. I kind of do like it. Or should I save it? You know what? I will save it for a later because I may want to add that to one of the tags. Okay, so now let's go work on those tags. And what I've done is I've actually created two over here to use it as like a, and so now we're going to kind of replicate the same thing. And these are the extra scraps that we have, and I've chosen to use this one here. I just think this is absolutely beautiful. So what we're going to do is just fold these in half. Okay. And then go ahead and just tear them like this. Okay, and what I like to do, I'll just get my scissors and I will cut it one at an angle here, and then this one I will just turn it around so that I am going to cut it on one side like this, and then turn it and then cut it on the other side like this. And then I'll save these as scraps right here to maybe use it for next time. Okay, and then I'll get my hole punch. I'm actually going to do one because this one I'll show you how I've done this one here. But I'll get a hole punch to just punch one of them out. And then we can go ahead and let's set these two aside for now. And what I've done to this one is I've added an eyelet. So let's go ahead and add the eyelet. So I've got my crocodile here, and I've got one of my eyelets here, and this one is the 3/16 one. Okay, so for the one to punch it, you're going to use the A1 section, and then go ahead and punch it like this. Okay, perfect. That turned out really nice. I like that. Okay, let me set this one aside. And then this one will be a little different. And what I've done with this one, like I'll show you a sample of this strip. I just go ahead and I fold it here and then create like a little pleat. And then I try to be as straight as possible, but you don't need to be straight. Either way would look good. And I'll show you actually both ways. Actually, okay, I want to do this straight. Okay, and then you just keep going. Like I put my finger over here, press, and that's about the length that I want it, and then I'll just keep doing that like this. I don't really measure, and I don't use the scoreboard for this one. Okay, and so what I can do is I actually could go ahead and glue it down, but I'm going to use the other side over here, so it kind of looks like I've got two different tags, being that this one is double-sided. So I'll go ahead and I'll add glue here. Okay, and then I will adhere it to the top, and again, it doesn't have to be straight. And then if some of them don't glue down, then just add a little bit of glue to glue it down. I'm gonna kind of leave this up, but there you go, you'll have that. And then we can also add like a little bit of flour or something else, but I'm gonna leave that aside for now. Let that dry a little bit, and I'll put this aside here. And then we're gonna take one of our samples that we went ahead and cut. So since this is the same width, oh, pretty much the same width, I'm going to cut that down. I'm going to fold this in half, okay, because I'm going to create this little pocket right here. I'll fold it in half, and I will just tear it. If you want to cut it, that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and tear this. Let's tear this extra. And then I'm going to use this as the top part over here. But this one here would look nice if it was inked. So let's go ahead and ink that. And I should show you two different versions, one inked and one not. So you can make a determine if you like it inked or not. So for this, I'm going to add the lace here. But before I do, I want to add this pocket. So what I'll do is I'll ink the 3 sides on the back side. Okay, so I'm going to go this way. Now, if you want to indicate that it's a pocket and you want to add the little notch here, you can do that. I'm not going to do it for this one. And then I'm going to come in a little bit in because I know that this is a little bit longer than I had thought. Oh, I got a little friend here. Hey, Belle. Mama's filming, hon. Mama's filming doing this project. Yes. This is my kitty cat, Belle. And she likes to join me every now and then. Okay, so now let's do this side here. And this is the one that was inked. And let's get the glue here. You gonna join me? You want to create projects with me? Or you just want to supervise what I do? Alrighty. Let's trim this off here. Okay, and that's scrap. And then what we'll do, let me set this aside because this, I'll put that like that. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the lace. This lace over here, okay? Actually, I've got a different lace, so I'm going to go ahead and use a different lace, but it still has a scallop. It's a little bit, has different design and all, but it's a little scallop. So what I like to do is, and I prefer to use the fabric tag for this one, but I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to glue it down. Okay, you can go ahead and use fabric tag. You can use the regular liquid glue. It will take a while to dry, and then, or you can hot glue this down. So I'm gonna use as much fabric as I can. Okay, glue that down, and then I'm gonna trim it. And it doesn't matter if it's overhanging a little bit. It really makes the other side look nice. So it's almost like you have lace on both sides. Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put another one, but I'm gonna overhang it a little bit, and then I'm going to offset it a little bit so that the scallop is actually on the bottom part. You see how it is like flowing, but I'm going to offset it a little bit. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes it's easier to show than to say. At least that's my case. Okay, I'm putting a little bit too much fabric here, but okay, so let me show you what I'm going to do. It's going to get all covered. Okay, perfect. Okay. And if you guys like what you see, please consider subscribing to my channel, and also give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I'm gonna do some more, complete our album. Okay. Let's smear that a little bit to the edge to make sure that it doesn't come apart. And again, I will offset it and glue it down. Okay. And now what I like to do, so there's options here. You can actually put like a little band here to make it different. You can use one of the strips that you have. You can use washi tape. You can use another color ribbon like this, kind of just to separate it. That looks nice like that too. So let's see. Let's go ahead and use that one. For these two, oops, will it stay, will it stay, will it stay? Be careful with some of the glues that you're using for like satin ribbons, because it can like leak through and make more, it'll seep through and it just won't look good. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. There's that right there. Perfect. Okay, I like that. I like the way that turned out. We're going to set this aside for now, and then let's go work, and we're going to do the same thing for this. So anyways, yes, what I was telling you is that I'm doing a whole series to complete an album that I've created using the leftover paper pad that I have for this one theme. And I have a habit of collecting a lot of, like, just doing one project and having tons of paper pad, but you know, you can create more and get more use out of the paper pad than just that. And for this particular one, I only had like 12 sheets left, and so yes, I want to complete it. And I think that this project series is going to help me do that. So okay, let's offset that. I'm at the tail end of my Fabri-Tac here. There we go. And boom. Oh, it's my cat's foot. Didn't even realize it. I'm here crafting, and now I notice my cat's foot is in frame. She's just here laying down, supervising my work. And now the last one. Now you don't have to use 3 layers of glue or 3 layers of lace. You can do 2, depending on the thickness of the lace and also depending on the look that you want. So for example, while I'm waiting for my Fabri-Tac to come out, I could actually just glue that down and maybe glue even the other one down and see how that looks. But I'm at the tail end of my Fabri-Tac here. Maybe I should just use the glue gun instead. Oh, here we go. Miss Bell, we need to... And let me know which kind of glue you prefer to use. Like, do you prefer to use wet glue for just paper, or do you prefer to use it in all kinds of medium, or Fabri-Tac for everything, or Fabri-Tac for just fabric and paper, and then the rest is either liquid glue for paper. I like to know what people like to use. Let me cut that. It's always good to know different techniques and what have you. Okay, so why don't I go ahead and I'm just going to glue this down, and I'm just going to use the regular liquid glue for paper. And if it sticks up a little bit underneath, that's fine. That is just fine. We'll be doing something in the back also. Okay, I'll set that one aside. And then where is the, I still have some of these in store, and I'll leave that, or on my website. So I'll leave that, I'll put the link down below. But this one is called Vintage, is it Vintage Gold? And really beautiful piece, really, really great quality ribbon. Okay, there we go. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, I'm going to put that aside. And then I'll take the same ribbon, and what I'll do is tie it like I did with this tag here. But I'll cut like a little bit more, and I'll grunge it up some more. Okay. There we go. The next thing that I'll be working on is the belly bands. Belly bands. And now there's a few options that you can do. You can actually just tie it, kind of like what I did here, and it looks beautiful. Or you can just tie it with a knot, a twine like this, and that will look just as well. Let's try it here and see. Maybe I needed to cut it a little bit longer, but let's see, let's see. Nope, it's working. Oh, it's working. Look how sweet that is. Oh, I like that. And then you can, like, if you want to leave it alone, that knot is really nice. Or if you want to put a button there. Oh, that'd be so sweet. Oh, let me see if I can find a nice button for this one. I've got a few here, and this is an older one from, oh, look how sweet that would look. Can you tell? Huh, you probably could just leave it alone, and that'll be great. Maybe I'll just do that. I won't even add anything. Okay. Then for the back side of this, for this one, I did add something here on the top to cover the back, but I did use this. So if anybody wants to write, they can go ahead and write on it. It could be like a card. So I'm going to get a strip of this, and I'm just going to take this and fold it in half and just make the most out of it. And I will tear it. And with this, I have a corner punch, but if you don't have a corner punch, you can actually take anything like this and draw it and then cut it out. The corner punch just makes it a lot easier to use. And again, if you want to ink the edges to give it a more distressed look, I actually like having my projects inked. I think it does make it look a lot better. What is this? Oh, look at that. This is the glue from the paper pad, and I didn't realize that. Okay, let's cut that off. I just saw that now. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I will turn this around, and I'll go ahead and I will glue this down. For reference, if you want, this here is, the tag is 3.5 by 6, and then this here is 3 by 4 1/4. Okay, and I'm just going to take regular glue, liquid glue here. Oop. This one may need to be poked again. There we go. And Art Glitter Glue is one of my favorites glue. And FYI, I am not an affiliate to anybody. I do not, and there's no commission on my part. The only thing I push to sell is anything that's on my website. Okay, so we'll do that also. If you have stamps, word stamps, or flowers, yeah, that will look really nice with this too. So don't think that you don't need to leave this blank the way it is. You can stamp it in, and that would look nice. And maybe in the future, I'll show you some samples of that. But there you have it. Oh, wait, we have to fill it. So there's extras of these cards here like this. I've got extra on my pile, so what I did is I just cut the edges, oh excuse me, use it how it was, and then just use my corner punch for that. And then also this one is just a regular, it was I think it was the same size as this, and I just actually again cut it or folded in half. And then I realize I've got this here, so I'm gonna have to do something to remedy that, but that can go inside. And then this one here, I folded one to add a little bit of something in here, and fold it like a little booklet, so we can add this to that and add this here. It makes it look so adorable. We'll have that. And then let's see, this here, what can we do? Oh, that would look super nice. I'm gonna cut this and I will use that as this. Okay, I didn't do anything to this here. For now, I'm gonna leave it blank. For this, I did do this, but for now, these two, I'm just going to leave it as that. Okay folks, well that's it for this tutorial. I hope you like it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to my channel, and enjoy the process, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.